Starting the stream. Just testing this out to see if the audio is working well. Start. All right, cool. Seems like the audio is working now. All right. So I am here once again. We are here for another stream review. Hopefully you all are pretty excited. And let me just get right into it. I will say it's a little bit late, and I'm late by like half an hour. I do apologize for that. I did have to work a little bit longer than I usually do. But I still have the time to do the stream. And it's going to be a little bit of a, well, it might not be as long as the last stream, but we still have a decent amount of charts to go over because we are planning on going over the last 2 weeks and this week's chart submissions. But a lot of them are from our backlog that we've been slowly but surely getting through. But rather than, obviously, going through all those charts, because really there's just a backlog that we've been slowly going through, and I don't want to exactly do and go through all of that. Instead, I'm just going to go over all the backlog charts that I've deemed is at least cosmic worthy, just to show you what's going on in them, and also to show off all the charts that have been submitted to us by independent creators who have just submitted charts into our forums for review and weren't a part of any backlog at all. So those are two types of charts that I'm going to be reviewing for today. And yeah, so let me pull up the game and let's just get started. So hopefully everyone is doing great. And yeah, so let me just check. Hopefully on the stream it's showing my game screen, hopefully. In the meantime, while we are waiting, I do have a guest here. Someone who is a bit more familiar, as you may recognize them if you were here a while ago. So if you would like to introduce yourself, go ahead and do so right now.
Huh? I zoned out.
Oh, the stream has started. That's when.
Oh, okay.
Are you gonna introduce yourself or not?
No,
Okay. Well, I guess I'll introduce you then on your behalf.
no, they just have to guess. They have to guess.
Alrighty then, sure, yeah. Alright. Yeah. But yeah. So, yeah, let's just get started. I mean, I don't really know if there's really any other really important news that we really have to go over. I just have to pull up the Google form. Oh, wait. You probably want me to stream my screen too, right? Just for your convenience.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Well, they don't have to guess anymore now, I guess.
Oh, right, yeah, I did. Well, like, it could have been like like one of those things where it's like you just casually say the name, but don't put any, like, emphasis on it. Like, you could have done something like that, It's like
Nah,
a clue.
they don't have to guess.
All right. All right. So, I believe last time we stopped, it was right here. So I'm gonna go and slowly go through all these charts just to go to the one that I felt like was at least a cosmic. All right, cool. All right, I found one. All right, so let's just get started. And while we're going through this,
started.
yeah. While we're also going through this, if you are watching the stream currently right now, and if you would like, you can submit your chart onto our forums right now, and you can have the two of us personally review your chart in real time after we go through a bit of a backlog. So if you want to do that, we are always willing to do that. We always welcome more charts being open to our forums, as long as you kind of know the ins and outs of everything that's been going on. So yeah. And of course, if you have any questions, feel free to ask in the chat, and I will answer them as best as I can. So, wait, hold up. Did I? Oh, right, I probably have to refresh the level select again. Let me see if anyone's here, though. Oh, Scarlet Ember. Looks like they figured you out. They figured out who you were. Oh no. All right. Hopefully, there you go. It's been a while since I played this chart, but I did actually like it. So, let's just play through it like everyone else. LS-1, Triangle Invasion.
What invading?
There you go. Need a little tutorial to introduce the gimmick of this level. So yeah, let's just get started. And so far, I really like the visual effecting so far, and the gameplay is really nice. I think the gameplay is integrated very well into the track, which I really appreciate about. I'll give some more detailed comments, though, of course, when I finish the level. There you go. That is the end. And there you go. A really fun chart. I really like it. I think the gimmick is pretty well integrated. I think the visuals are pretty nice. And yeah, I mean, there's not really any complaints I really have about the chart either. There's not really any notable major gameplay issues that really threw me off. And yeah, I think it's just really solid. It's really fun. I like counting out the little triangles. And there's like some little fun stuff that's been going on with the shapes kind of appearing out and with the track and stuff. I think it's just a really fun, solid little gimmick chart. But what do you think, Heath? Anything else that you want to add upon what I just said about this chart?
I'd play it. I mean, like, I'd replay it. I'd come back to it.
Nice.
It's pretty solid. Just not many, like big problems that, like, you know.
Yeah. Oh, hello. Mar WWW. I'm assuming that's how I pronounce your name. Glad to have you here. I'm assuming you probably found the stream from the Clastar Galaxy server announcement that I made. But yeah, glad to see you here. And yeah, hopefully, you know, if you're planning on like submitting more charts to our forums, or you know, if you're looking to get some feedback on some of your charts, we'd always be willing to give you that. So hopefully you learn some stuff while you're watching through it. All right. So I believe that's really it. You don't really have any further thoughts about this chart, right?
No.
Okay. All right. Let's go over the next one. So just give me a minute because this is a download chart. Actually, I gotta make sure to go ahead and download it real quick. So give me a moment. Yeah, that is. Oh yeah, yeah. We're just playing charts and levels that have been submitted onto our forums live, and we usually give them a planetarium rating, 1 of 5, which are censored, listed, rated, cosmic, and astral. And yeah, that's usually what we plan on doing. Is we just review a lot of charts and then kind of go on from there. Okay. All right, so I got the chart downloaded. I think now I just have to just open it up now. So yeah, I will say I did see a little bit of this video, and I will just put it on auto because I realized this chart is a bit too difficult for my play currently. But I'll still give some feedback on it, obviously, of course. So yeah. There are some notable, I do remember this chart. There are some notable aspects about it that I do have some issues with. First part being this BPM manip right here that is not really necessary. There are some notable issues that I have found with this chart, but I'm going to just point them out along as they go along with the chart. I'm not going to go over some of the more minor mistakes, mostly because I think the more important ones are noteworthy while I go over them. So we'll mention them as the autoplay goes along. So. Let me see. I think we should be approaching it if I looked at my note. Yeah. So I believe we're almost there. I will say I'm not sure about these zips. I don't know if those zips in particular are too difficult or not, but I'll leave that mostly to the difficulty raters because they usually know about the limitations of this kind of speed more than I do. But yeah. Yeah, it's that moment right there where there's charting some notes that aren't even there in the chart at all. and it's just very awkward. There probably should just be a pause tile instead there, because there's literally no noises there at all. So probably should put a pause tile there. And then this upcoming hexagon is not charted properly at all. That's not the correct rhythm at all. Those were the main notes, and that's why I gave this chart a censorship on our forums, is for those 3 reasons that I put it out while I was doing the autoplay. And I imagine there's some other major issues, but those are like the really notable ones that usually face censorship on our forums. So that's why I pointed that out. But obviously there are some little quirks and funky good things kind of going on with the charting in this chart, but I didn't really focus on that too much because that's not really the biggest issues of this chart anyway. So, yeah. But I believe we should be almost to the end of this. But yeah. And I believe that really should be the end of this chart, but I'll just go real quick and just check everything again. Alright, there you go. So, yeah. Not really much else to really say about this chart, though, because clearly there's no visual effects or anything like that, so I can't really talk about that at all. But I do think that there's just a lot of gameplay issues that is the reason why it faced censorship. But, Yeet, if you would like to point out any more additional issues that you found with the chart that would also make it censored, then feel free to go ahead and say them right now.
Might be a bit too fast for the forums. It's too fast for me at least, but I'm not that good at the game. I would have censored this right off the bat just for that BPM at the start there.
Okay.
That's really it.
Alright. But yeah, that really should be it to go over all this chart. So we will just be moving on to our next one. So, anyway, while we're getting to the next chart and play, we do have someone else here. So yeah, I'll be moving on. I mean, I don't know if you would like to introduce yourself or not, or if you are unable to speak, but yeah.
No, I am able to. Hi, hello, Mark. I'm one of the admins for the Clastar Galaxy forum. I haven't been able to join any of the streams thus far, but I hope I will be able to provide some more input on some of the ratings this time.
Oh yeah, just to clarify too, we're not going over the whole backlog. We're not going through all those charts. We're just going over the charts that, if they're part of the backlog, if they have the potential to be cosmic, then we'll show them off. And charts that were submitted independently by other creators. So just so that way you know what we're going over. So the next one is wholeheartedly on the list. So yeah. If y'all just want to like just go down there so that way you know where we're at. So yeah. I remember this chart because this is a pretty old school chart. Well, I guess it's not really that old, but it is it definitely has some age to it. But it's not a bad chart at all. I do remember having a fun time with this chart. It's pretty solid. I really like it a lot. Especially because I feel like the charting is really solid with a lot of good patternization and stuff going on here. Alright. I apologize if you hear me coughing throughout this whole stream. I am still a little bit sick, personally. I'm feeling a lot more better these days, but I might occasionally cough here and there. But don't worry, it won't affect my ability to rate these charts properly, so don't worry. I have notes on a couple of few of them just to jog my memory on some of them, so don't worry. But yeah, like I said, I thought that this was a pretty good chart. I did just give it rated, but I do think it has the potential to be cosmic, and I wouldn't really be surprised if some people do give this cosmic because there's a lot of cool visual stuff going on, and the charting is really not. It's pretty decent. I think there's some kind of weird mid-spin stuff kind of going on throughout the whole chart. I mean, it's not the worst thing around, but I do think like some of these mid-spins could be charted with something else at times, and it would be perfectly fine. But other than that, it's not really that bad. I think that was like my only like kind of like minor complaint that I really had with the chart. But otherwise, that's my reasoning for why I went with rated. But I do see cosmic. But if y'all would like to say anything about this chart, feel free to go ahead and say your thoughts.
Are we just gonna gloss over the rotation at the end?
Yeah. I will say it is a bit weird, but I think maybe some leniency could be given on this. I don't think it's the worst thing around. I can understand if you give it listed for that though, but I don't think it's that big of a deal. I don't know. What do you think, Mock, if you wanted to say anything about that?
I do want to say that although the rotation isn't really ideal here, I do feel like it's intuitive enough for the average player to be able to tell how to play it. So it really isn't that big of an issue, and it's still like somewhat clean, so it doesn't really ruin the chart by any means. But I still don't think that the chart deserves cosmic because in general the VFX isn't really that packed. Like through the whole thing, there isn't that much going on, especially some parts they do feel like they are a bit too empty. There were some parts that just had like a great background and some camera movements, but that's really it, and nothing else.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't really think it deserves cosmic due to this last lack of VFX quality, basically. The shot
Yeah.
itself is pretty solid, but there really isn't much in it.
All right, yeah. I mean, like I said, that's kind of why I gave it rated, is because I didn't think it was like that step above to be cosmic. But I mean, if you look at, I mean, you know the reason why I selected this chart to be shown on Showcase, because some people do believe it has the potential. So I won't name who those are, but just because they're not on this stream. But yeah, it's this one. I feel like we might have to discuss this one a little bit more often because there's definitely some diverse set of opinions here.
Yeah, that ending is still fucking me over because you could chart that so much more cleaner, and then it's just not. There is no conceivable reason for it to be charted like that.
Yeah, I understand completely, but I don't know if there's really much else to really talk about this chart besides that one last section though. But
If you can do VFX at a decent level like this, you should know not to chart like that.
Who knows? We don't, to be fair, this chart was like so old. Who knows? Like, to be fair, I know some things can get through the cracks like that, honestly. But just to give a general overview of our opinions, at least for the three on the stream, I personally gave this rated, Mock gave this rated, and Yeet gave this listed. So, yeah. All right, let's move on to the next one, though. And if you're wondering what the next one is, it's going to be Situla, since that was the one that got rated cosmic by me personally when I was going through all the charts. So yeah, let's go for it.
I don't recognize this chart from somewhere, right? What the hell?
Yeah. Huh.
I don't know. Might have been another.
I mean, it is from Yule. I don't know if you played all their charts, but it is from that
Oh
creator.
yeah, it is Yule.
I think it appeared on Audiol's lyric once.
All right.
Yeah, I definitely recognize this from somewhere. Yeah. Was this in one of the Lunar Echoes?
No. I know which chart you're talking about though, but it's not that one.
Oh, I don't know.
I think you're talking about Be My Way. Okay. Let's refocus though. I'm going a little bit off topic. So this chart, the reason why I gave it Cosmic is definitely because of the second half, definitely. But I do feel like the gameplay overall is very good. I had a fun time with a lot of the gameplay throughout the whole chart. I think it's really fun to play through. And I think the second half is like also really visually pretty cool. Although I think I can understand someone giving this rated because I do feel like the first half visually is a little bit empty, but I feel like the gameplay was what personally convinced me to give this a Cosmic, just because I felt like the gameplay was really fun. And the visuals near the end were really vivid and nice. But I guess I'll leave it up to you two on what your thoughts are.
Personally, I don't really have much to add. I think you pretty much laid out what my thoughts on this chart are. The gameplay's pretty nice. It's the charting is very clean. The VFX, albeit simple in the first section, it definitely has something going on, and I do like it despite being simple. So yeah, I think it's Cosmic for me.
Anything you would like to say, Yeet?
No.
Well, I guess if there's one thing you could add, what's your planetarium ranking? Is it Cosmic too, or what?
Well, yeah.
Okay.
What's wrong with it?
Alrighty then. Wow. Yeah. Oh, hello. I didn't even realize another person was into chat. But yeah, hi. I'm glad you're here again. I realize you've been definitely catching a lot of these stream reviews lately, so I'm sure you probably understand a lot about the way you rank things now from how many streams you've watched. But yeah, let's move on to our next chart. Doppelganger. All right. Man, it's been like I'm like trying to like re-remember these charts because it's been like a week or two ago since I like reviewed these ones, I think. So I definitely need a refresher. Whoa, damn, I forgot this one has like a bunch of tutorials. I should probably go over all these again. All right. DG-1, Planet Orban Charge Station. I do remember this one having a lot of mechanics going on that try to mess you up, so this is definitely got to be something like Ever Pepper. DJ-2, One-Way Street. I definitely do remember that because a lot of custom charts actually use that mechanic a lot, surprisingly enough, to represent like enclosed shapes. DG-3, Snake Scutes. I do remember this chart being like super hard AF, but I'm sure that I can probably get through it if I throw enough attempts at it. DG-4, Get Dizzy. PG-5, subtle interruptions, calm player. I do remember this chart throwing a bunch of like distractions at you to try to fool you off, so which I think is going to be really cool because I remember it was pulled off pretty cool in the main level. Alrighty, I think now it is time for the main level, I believe. So yeah. I do believe that this level is, if I recall correctly, it is a part of the Project Simplify level pack, I think, if I recall correctly.
You're right, yes.
Yeah. So, definitely, when it comes to a lot of these charts, I'm usually pretty excited to play them because a lot of them do have some interesting qualities or some unique stuff going on. So I enjoy playing them. There you go. So this chart is definitely on the more challenging side, and as you can kind of tell, like a lot of misses on there. But there's a lot of cool little things kind of going on, and I do like it a lot. Definitely has a design it's trying to go for and trying to throw you off with a lot of the fake tracks and fake notes that are kind of going on in the background. But what I do like about the distractions is that they do sync up with the song too. Which is really appreciated. I like it a lot. It's very fun. Just hearing those notes kind of sync up to the song too is really nice. There are some kind of weird things going on and some things that I wish could be implemented a little bit more better. I do think the execution overall is pretty good for a lot of these mechanics, but I do kind of wish like the pause tile indicators. I know it's still you can still sight read what they can do exactly because you can see like the battery slowly filling up on the pause tiles. I do wish there were still countdowns though. I think countdowns are very helpful, especially with the hit sounds that come with them are very helpful. And I wish there was still present, even though you could still sight read the indicators with that. Maybe that's part of the challenge, maybe, I'm not sure. But that's just my personal preference. And there's like this one section here that's a little bit weird, this pause tile, which is kind of why I was kind of sitting on the edge here when it comes to either giving this a cosmic or rated, it's because of this section right here. Now, I guess it is somewhat intuitive. You can tell when to come back on the song because of the hit sounds in the back that kind of cue you in. But I still wish there was a countdown timer there right now. And that's kind of why I wasn't really sure to give this Cosmic or rated because of this section. I just went with Cosmic because I do feel like a lot of the mechanics are really cool and fun. But I do feel like this could be a lot more intuitive in how to read this properly. But yeah, that really should be all my general thoughts on the chart. And I'll let you two go ahead, and if there's anything else you want to go through with it.
I don't see the point of the battery gimmick at all. You just taken a perfectly good pause tile and made it less readable.
What would you like to say, Mock, if there's anything you want to say?
Oh, I thought he was gonna comment more on the gimmicks because I do feel like, well, they're fun and they're creative ideas. I do feel like they're not really that well implemented. I feel like they're a lot very overwhelming. As someone who can easily beat this level, I've been able to beat a lot of the higher levels in Clastar, so I don't usually have issues with it. But even though I didn't have issues playing the level, I do feel like they're overwhelming in a bad way. I don't feel like it's fun to figure out most of the gimmicks due to the way they were implemented in the chart. I feel like separately they can work really well, but together they didn't really mesh well. But then mostly because the issue on the creator, I think, not really the gimmicks themselves. And because of that, I feel like a lot of the fun factor in this chart gets very depleted. It could have been a lot better, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I
And also the
understand.
positives.
Definitely. Like I said, that's kind of why, because I didn't realize how, because I didn't realize the pause at that one like section was so weird because it doesn't have a. I feel like that's like one pause that should have a countdown timer because of how long it is. On my site replay, I was able to like read it perfectly well, but I do feel like I don't know. It's I do agree with you. Like a lot of this stuff could have been honestly more well executed, which is why I was kind of on the edge. And I do remember talking about this chart a little bit with somebody else, and they did give it a cosmic just for the reasons that I kind of stated earlier. But it's why this is just for me personally just a little tough because um I could see it going either way,
Yeah,
and
me too.
that's why like I kind of just gave it cosmic for now, but like at the same time like some of these mechanics are just like implemented like so weirdly. It kind of reminds me of another Project Simplified level that kind of had similar, just like a lot of gimmicks, kind of like similar to this that weren't well executed. But I do feel like this level compared to that one was a little bit more better executed. I just, it's kind of why like I'm kind of stuck between these two rankings, and I'm not sure what to really give it nowadays. I'll probably, I think for now, stick with Cosmic, but I can probably change my mind if I talk about it a lot more. But I don't want to like stay stuck on this chart for too long, you know?
Yeah, I can see that. I think the level that you're referring to was a Raimikun song from Try to Simplify. I think it was Icy Gigs. I think that's how you pronounce it.
Yes, that is the exact level I'm talking about.
Yeah, and it's pretty much just a worse version of Doppelganger, which is already not that well implemented. A lot of the gimmicks there, like I feel like they do mesh better with each other. I feel like they're easier to implement together, but it was still not. It was still way worse implemented in general, so it didn't really work.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. I mean, I think I could definitely understand rated for this though. I don't think it's listed. I don't think it's anywhere close near listed, but I do think
Yeah.
rated or cosmic is kind of where we're at right now with this chart. So
Mm-hmm.
that's what I'm feeling. But like I said, I I can definitely kind of understand rated on this one because at the same time, like this chart is very could have been a way more well executed. It's like just definitely on the
Yeah.
edge. for sure.
And that's why I'm going to rate it myself because, again, I feel like the shard in general because of the gimmick is just very overwhelming. I didn't have a fun time of it, but it still definitely has its merits. It's not definitely not listed.
Hmm.
I just don't want to endorse levels like this where just a bunch of gimmicks are thrown together, but not really well thought out. That clearly that wasn't that much of a game design thought behind all of this. So that's why it didn't really work, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think along with that too, just because of like honestly this weird section that I'm still playing out right here. I think I'm probably just gonna change to rated for now because I do think that I think it's gonna be a lot more executed. But I think we should just leave that chart as is, and we're not gonna dwell over it for too long. So let's go through to the next one. So I remember this chart because oh my god, I actually had a lot more fun with it. This one was. I remember having a decent amount of fun time with this one. This one's really cool, and I think it's charted pretty well. All right, here we go. I'm on activation, by the way, in case you're wondering which one I'm on. So
I
yeah.
had to play this a while back.
Oh really? This chart like came out like pretty like a while ago.
Yeah, I think I do remember seeing those. I don't know when, but yeah.
It came out pretty recently. I think it came out like a couple of weeks ago. But yeah.
Oh, I see.
Damn, I could have gone no miss there. It's unfortunate, but yeah, this chart's really fun. I really love the funky rhythms presented in this chart. There you go. This is a really cool chart. I really like it a lot. I think the gameplay is like really good. I honestly don't think there's really that many big major issues I really have with it. I think it's like cleanly charted, nothing too out of the ordinary. And I do think that the visuals are pretty, obviously they're pretty simple, but I think it fits well. There's like a clear theming to it. There's like some nice little decos kind of interacting with the track a little bit, and the colorization is really cool. I think that's why I gave this a cosmic. I think it's just a really fun chart, and I don't really have many issues to really go against it. And I think the visuals are, I think, well executed. Oh, I did not mean to put out the chart like that, but I'll go right back into it. Let me go right back into it. Yeah, I mean, that's really my thoughts on this level. I'm not sure there's really anything else I have to add here, but if y'all want to add anything onto what I just said, feel free to go do so right now.
As a polar offset of Doppelganger, I feel like this chart is one of the few examples where less is more, because like I might be biased because of the weird rhythms. I do really like how they really like this. I really like the charting because of that. But I would probably give this Cosmic because even though it's really simple, it's still really, really, really well done. The visuals are nice, even though they're not really that packed. The gameplay is very interesting because of the rhythms. Although the styling is more on the song than the charter, I do feel like it still was very well implemented. It could have been a lot messier than how it was done. So I really like how the charter took the effort to try making this as intuitive as possible despite the weirdness. And yeah, I don't really have anything else to say. I just go with Cosmic for this.
What do you think? Yeet? Your mic's muted, by the way, if you are talking.
You might just not have anything to say.
Okay. But yeah. Definitely Cosmic. I think that should be... Oh, right, yeah. I did submit my own charts into forums now that I think about it. I think I'll probably just skip those for right now, though, because to be fair, I'm not even going to be personally reviewing them anyway. So, yeah. But we do have some more independent charts that have been submitted, so we will go over those. I do believe that I had to re-download these because I did accidentally delete some charts that I did not intend to do at all. So let me do that real quick. I guess cool thing is that luckily I don't have to go into like low layer. I could always just do this and just not save the chart, and I'll always be fine. So yeah, let's just get started. Oh, right. I remember these boss tiles. Which I will say, I think those pause tiles would be fine if you just had countdowns, but there's no countdowns on them. But as you can kind of tell, I was able to sight read it. I got sometimes like lock in, I swear. Sometimes I just don't be paying attention sometimes. Alright.
I disappeared for a moment there, sorry. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I have censored this just for those pause tiles, honestly.
Actually, I might review some sections of this chart. So there are some weird stuff going on here, actually, now I think about it. There's definitely some things I missed on my playtest. There you go. So yeah, even without those like pause tile shenanigans, this would still get listed because overall the chart is very simplistic. There's not really much going on for it visually, but I don't understand why the pause tiles are made like this. you can still play them properly because of the spacing between it, but I don't understand why the lack of just no countdowns anyway. And it's very confusing because countdowns would just make the chart simply more easier to play. And it's not really like any gameplay design that's telling me that's supposed to be intentional. But I didn't realize that there was like some of these like weird speed changes on the hexagons. Let me see if I can find one. Actually, I think that this one's actually fine now that I think about it, because it gives you a little bit of. I guess that is a little bit fast though. That could probably be a little more better. I think some of these speed changes on these hexagons could definitely be indicated a lot more better, like this. And honestly, now that I think about that, I do kind of want to censor this chart now, just for those two reasons of just the countdowns aren't really that big of an issue, but I don't understand why the speed changes are hidden like this. I think it could be a lot more better. But what do you think?
Send this chart to the woods.
Oh, Mock just said that they would be gone for a few minutes. But yeah, honestly, I think after seeing those speed changes, I don't know why the speed changes are hidden like this. I don't know how I didn't even. To be fair, I played through like so many charts when I was doing that playtest. I was not focusing that much, so that's probably why I missed this. But I don't understand why these speed changes are like this. I think this is pretty censorship worthy too, right? These speed changes. Yeet.
Guards, send this chart to the Imperial prison.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm not sure there's really much else to really say. Because the chart is just pretty, just visually simplistic, so there's not really much else to talk about that. So we will just move on to our next chart. Yeah, let's just go for it. I think about it. I thought that was like a 2 times speed. Hold up, I gotta check those speed changes again. Yeah, definitely these. I don't understand why there's no countdowns on any of these pause tiles. Alright. I can still read it because of the spacing, but I still wish there was more indication on that. But we'll see if there's any other thoughts I can give this chart. Okay. Let me go and check some things over with the speed changes. Are these like... Oh, okay, I was about to say, yeah, these did feel a little bit weird. So yeah, these are not clear multiple... Some of them are like this. I gotta check some of the speed changes. Are some of them a
Can
little
you go
bit
over the pause
funky?
tiles as well? Are they like that consistent?
I think they are consistent because if there's like if it's like a 1 beat pause tile, there's only one tile of spacing, and then if it's longer, there's if it's I think like each beat is one tile worth of spacing between the pause tiles. So if you can see this first one, right? This is a 1 beat pause tile, and let me see if I can find the other one. I think there's only like two of them. So right here, see, there's two tiles of spacing, and that means 2 beats of. I still don't like this indication though. I think that first off, you could still have countdown ticks on this. I don't know why there's no countdown ticks, and also, I wish there was a different tile style, and it's very easy to just make it look like these tiles are different from the other tiles, so that way people know that it's a pause tile. You don't even need to make them gems if they're not long pause tiles too. Like what's the track of this? It's like neon. So if I go with like the single color right here, which is I think it's just white, and then go with neon light, and oh, I didn't mean to do the whole chart. Just like do like set track color, neon white, uh, and then just put this as like the regular color. As you can kind of tell, it's way more easier to tell that this is a pause tile, and also just add the countdown ticks, and this would be way more better to start reading. Like
Even better
that.
than a even better than a neon light tile. I feel like just a gem tile would look better anyway. I don't see the point in using any other type of tracks now.
The reason why is because for shorter pause tiles, I can understand using different, just only like a different tile style, because I think with gems you kind of usually associate them with longer pauses. But still, regardless, I still think that this would still be fine regardless, especially with the countdown ticks, but for some reason the pause tiles just don't have that. Otherwise, like, the chart is really fine. I didn't really see any... Well, actually, no, the speed changes are a little bit weird, because some of them are, like, a little, like... Some of these kind of need to be indicated a lot more better. But... Oh, yeah, especially, like, these speed changes, like, I wish there was more indication on how much the speed is increasing or decreasing by. But I think I did talk over this with Misu Guy when it comes to speed changes like this. And he said that explicitly that speed changes like this aren't censor worthy, but they do harm the gameplay score a lot. And I'm not sure if this is censor worthy. I mean, the pause tiles are really unideal, but I could sight read them because of the spacing between the tiles. But sometimes I feel like it can be very difficult to intuitively guess that. So I can understand if somebody would give this censored, and I'm kind of teetering on that edge of giving this either listed or censored, but what do you think?
Personally, I haven't really. I've only seen the latter half of the chart because I was gone for a few minutes. But just by the speed change issues and those pause styles, I do feel like it definitely is not great at all in terms of intuitivity. Having the player need to assume a lot of things it's just not a good thing at all.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that they are scattered all the way through the chart just makes the issue a lot worse. And like for me, if it was like only one or two pause styles, only one or two irregular speed changes, I think it would be fine. But the fact that they are like scattered through the whole chart just doesn't make me want to give this listed. I think I'll just go to censor it personally.
I think. Well, there's only like two. I think there's only like two pause tiles that are like this, and then there's a lot more of the speed changes that are kind of going on here. But yeah, I mean,
more so the speed changes, yeah.
okay. I mean, honestly, yeah. I think I was just being kind of leading on this chart, especially because I was kind of just skimming through them because I didn't really. Sometimes when it comes to stuff like this, it can sometimes be passable if it's like consistent, but I do kind of wish that this could be executed a lot more better. So I'll probably just censor this one too after thinking about it a little bit more. So, yeah. All right. So, I guess that's really it with this chart. I don't know if there's really anything else to really go over. Because, yeah. All right. Actually, I can't. Oh, wait, what the heck? Oh, there you go. I was like wondering where the frick the tutorials were at, because I did notice in the showcase there are tutorials, so we'll show them off. If you're wondering, the next chart on the sheet, it is Laboratory 018, because that was the one that was part of the list. So yeah. All right, let's get started on this one though. Lab 01, moving tiles. Did kind of choke a little bit on a miss there, but that's okay. All right. I think there's another one right here, so let's go through it. Lab 02, follow blue line. What? I don't know. Why is the audio so low on this file? What the heck? Huh. All right, nice. And yeah, that's the 2 last tutorials. So now we're going on to the main level. So let's get started. I believe that the visuals are based off of the original like visuals of the song that Rhea made of this. So just to kind of explain that.
Started a bit strangely, but that's okay.
It's kind of funny because I do remember another chart of this song. It's really similar to this. I forgot who made the other chart of this song though. Nice. All right. So, I guess this was also one that I was kind of debating on which ranking to give it. So I forgot about this section right here. I didn't realize that the speed changes are like this, by the way. I think that this probably could have been a little bit more, better, I think. So, well, I mean, I guess it doesn't really cause on beat rotation, but it definitely doesn't feel great to play, that's for sure. There's definitely, some nice little camera work and visuals here. This part is kind of a difficulty spike, though. I feel like they could have just charted this a little bit more differently, and it would have been in line with the difficulty of the rest of the chart. But I mean, I think it tries to, at least with some of the visuals and especially that little like gimmick distracting part at the end, it tries to kind of replicate that little like section of the song in like, I guess it's like the MV, I guess, where like I think the plot line is that the lab is supposed to stop trying to let you escape and you're trying to follow the blue line, but the guys are trying to distract you from getting off the other line or something like that. I wasn't really sure how to feel about this chart because I feel like there's some aspects of it that I think it is, some aspects of it do want me to give it rated because there's some nice little camera work and there's some nice little visuals going on, but there's like some weird quirks like this and also this section that's a little bit of a difficulty spike. So I'm not sure. Maybe after seeing these like little speed changes, honestly, that might convince me to give this like listed, but I'm really not sure. I'm like really conflicted on what to think about this chart, but I don't know. What do y'all think?
Okay, after this short, I'll unfortunately need to leave for the
I
stream. But I do think the chart doesn't really do much. I do remember another chart of this had a lot more elaborate visuals.
Yes, I remember that one. I probably would have given rated, but not this one. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm just gonna give it.
This...
Oh, what's up?
Hang on.
Okay, they're probably gonna have to go, but yeah. There's. Oh right. Oh, hello. I forgot everyone's been chatting. I'm sorry if I've not been reading your messages. I'm just so focused on reviewing the charts and stuff. But yeah. You are right, Sidoko. That is a really funny line. Like that's not even like a Google, like that's not even like an error of the charter and just reporting the line incorrectly. It literally says in the like song preview that's made by Rhea, literally one of the lines of dialogue is literally "This is not terrorism," which is really funny. I think Rhea is not a natural English speaker, so I can forgive him on that, but it's super funky. Anyway, Yeet, what do you think on this chart? Is there anything else you want to add besides what we just said? Okay. Okay, cool. I guess we will go on to before it ends. Gotta just real quick download this again. I forgot how many of these like I accidentally deleted. That's okay. I do believe that there is just one major issue with this chart that I have that made me want to just censor it immediately. And I will go over it right now. So let me do this. I will say this chart doesn't really have any visuals. Okay. But I guess before I played this, though, I will give Mock's thoughts on the Lab 18 chart. So here's exactly what he said. I gave this chart listed for there not being much of note and pretty much being a worse version of the other Lab 18 charts the community made. So, yeah. So, yeah, let's just get started. I don't know if there's really much notable things about this chart, because I do think there's not really much visual effecting going on here. Actually, you know what? It might be better if I go on autoplay, because I realize this is, like, really difficult for me. So I'll go on that real quick. There is one notable issue I had with this chart, but there are some really weird funks that are kind of going on here. But really that's not my main concern when it comes to charting, but I feel like the charting overall could be way more better when it comes to just indicating shapes a lot more better at times. Either with different tile styles or other things like that. This also might be a little bit too difficult at times. I'm not sure, but I'm not gonna be the judge of that. Especially with speed changes could be a little bit better indicated, especially with that little like pentagon section that you kind of saw a little bit earlier from there. I will point it out once the full chart ends, but there is one notable speed change that is kind of outrageous in my opinion that I feel like should get changed right away. So yeah.
Why would you chart? I don't.
What's up?
Why would you chart like that? I'm not seeing the reasoning behind a lot of this charting here.
Yeah, I do think that the charting is really funky, but that's not my main reasoning for the censorship. You're gonna see it very soon, as I feel like some of these speed changes could be way more better indicated. And yeah, I think those are less excusable than some of the charting that we're seeing right here now. So yeah.
Why are the twirls like that?
Oh yeah, there's the speed change. It's like hidden. There's no indication that speed change is coming up like that.
Censored.
Yeah. Also, I don't know. I feel like some of these sections could be a little too difficult for the forms. I'm not really sure about that though, but it's very questionable. So yeah, here are like the main two speed changes that are just like really like, this is unacceptable. And it's this right here. There's no way you can tell. Obviously it's on a hold, so it's not gonna punish you that much, but this is not ideal at all. You should not be hiding speed changes like this, especially at a high speed like this. This is, you should not be doing this. And also, this speed change right here is also really rough too, because I believe it's super fast too during this section. So, like, these tiles should be a lot more easily visible to see at all. So that's why I personally gave it censored, because I feel like these speed changes could have a lot more visual clarity to them, and I think they're pretty unacceptable to have. So yeah. So I don't think there's really much else to really say about that chart, so we will just move on to the next one, because there's really no other visual effects, so yeah. Life flashes for weeb eyes. Alright. Oh, right.
Oh, this level. Yeah.
Have you seen it already?
Yeah.
Hey, save your thoughts till the end, huh?
Hold on, but you see my thing.
Oh, what did you say? I'm sorry. Like, the song, like, overpowered your voice.
Hold up to assume, I think.
Oh my god, it's gone. If you're wondering what's happening, the twirls are invisible when the distraction part is happening, so you have to look ahead. So, yeah. Anyway, let's get started. Life flashes before weeb eyes. Billy Moto. Let's get started. Oh, right. I'm not on no-fail. Yeah, let me just do that real quick. All right. Nice. Anyway, I really, dude, the visual style on this is so cool. It reminds me of Angel, because the black and white chromatic stuff going on here. But it looks really cool. I really like it a lot. And also, the distraction part does also hide speed changes too. Which is also kind of cool, I like that. But thankfully you have enough time to figure out this stuff. But yeah, definitely a Cosmic, because I really like it. The visuals are so juicy. I love the how it represents some of the instrumentation going on in the back. It's really fun. I had a blast with this one. I think this one's definitely Cosmic for sure. But yeah. What do you think, Heath?
Yeah.
Just Cosmic too? Alrighty.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright. So I think we're almost done. We just got 2 more charts to go through. Unless some of you in the audience would like to submit more charts for us to review, in which case I'd be wildly willing to accept them. So yeah. I believe our next one is this one right here. So let's go to it. I remember this one is so cool. I actually kind of really like this one, even though I don't know. I feel like it's really fun, but we'll see. I think this one I'm more confident in my opinion on this one, but we'll see. But first off, let's go over the tutorials, because there are some tutorials, and this chart does showcase back-to-back holds, which it does have a tutorial for. But in case some of you are wondering about that, if you do contain back-to-back holds within your chart, you must have a tutorial about it, which thankfully this chart does do. So, yeah. AM-1, Introduction, a new hold indicator. Okay, I kind of choked on that hold there, but that's fine. Anyway, here are the here's how they represent the back-to-back holds, which I think they're cool. AM-2, cascaded holds. And here is our last tutorial. AM-3, mid-skin jump scare. Nice. I guess before I play the main chart, actually, let me see if is there anything else that anyone's been saying. Oh, looks like it's been chilling. All right. Let's play the main chart though.
There's no children dying occurred this time.
What's up?
Yeah, the stream's not as funny this time because we didn't have 7 children die of COVID and go to the funeral.
I don't. Okay.
I will keep mentioning this.
I swear to God. Please do not make that the next Clastar original level. Oh God. I swear, bro. Sometimes I just sleep on the keyboard, bro. I should have not missed that. Alright. But yeah, I thought it was pretty nice. I don't really have much complaints about it at all. I think everything that the chart presents in this chart is very well explained. I think the visuals are nice, and I had a good time with the gameplay too. So that's why I felt like I gave it Cosmic, because not gonna lie, I really don't have any complaints about the charting at all. I think it's pretty good. I don't know. There's not really much that I really have to really complain about, in my opinion. But what do you think, Eat?
The whole indication, it's kind of weird and evil.
It's different, yeah, I'll admit that much, but I got used to it pretty quickly. So that's why I didn't really hold any points against it or anything like that, because I think it's fine. I think it's intuitive, in my opinion. I remember when I know I got a couple misses on this play, but I was able to complete it on the sight read. I just fell asleep at moments because I am still a little bit tired. But I thought it was good. Although I think I can understand if someone gives this rated, because I think some of the camera and some of the things are just like always just you know. I think there could probably be a couple more visuals in some sections, so I definitely understand rated. But I think the gameplay is pretty good, and that's why I gave it Cosmic.
You.
All right, and we just have one last chart to go over, which is this chart. I've actually not seen it before, so this is gonna be a completely new experience for everyone involved, I guess. We'll see. We'll see what happens though. Ooh, okay. I looked at some of the preview of this chart. This looks like it's going to be a little bit too difficult for yours truly to play, so I will put it on auto. Oh, what the heck? I don't know why it's not allowing me to get to the freaking link. The heck? Okay, I'm not gonna use the thing from the video sheet, because for some reason it's not. Okay, there you go. I'm not sure why, but the redirects weren't loading in for some reason. All right, there you go. I should be able to get this chart now, so we should be good on that front now. All right. Finally, I got this level. I don't know why, but freaking the links were not freaking working. And I had to like go on the actual sheet itself to get the link. All right. Hopefully it shows up now. All right, cool. So, yeah, let's see what's up. We're just gonna put this on auto and let's just see how it goes. Wow, this section is very confusing to read. What the heck? Alright. Well, I guess I could see what they were kind of going for, but I definitely feel like that section could have been charted a lot more better. Oh, wait. Oh, okay. I mean, there's at least some countdowns there, but those pause tiles are not very ideal. Oh, whoa, is that some on-beat rotation? I just saw that.
Oh, I do not like that.
You saw that too, right? Oh my god.
Oh, why would you do that?
Oh, there's some, okay. There's like some weird indication of some stuff that could be easily misinterpreted, I feel like. Okay. I don't know. I'm not thinking of just censoring it because of a couple of sections that are just very alarming, I feel.
It's what the hell? Why would you do that?
It's this section you're talking about right here, right? I'll slow it down for you. This is very questionable. I feel like this could have honestly been charted a lot more better too. But yeah, yeah. I think unfortunately I think we just might have to censor this one, right? Yet, just because of that one section right here, because it causes on-beat rotation.
Jesus Christ.
And then also these pause tiles. Well, I mean, I guess they have countdown ticks too, so they're not the worst thing around. But
Yeah, but then is there another pause tile after that just doesn't have a fucking countdown?
I think it's like 1v2, but it's like there's just so many weird inconsistencies that I'm not really a fan of this chart. And you are right, that there's a lot of just inconsistencies that are just not very well executed, and it could cause some confusion. Like, I'm not sure if this was just me personally, but do you feel like these squares could be misinterpreted as a back-to-back loop?
At this point, just add twirls.
Right?
Like, yeah, it's why would you do that? It's charting just all over the place.
It's just a lot of strange inconsistencies, and while normally I would probably be a lot more forgiving to this if this was a more easier chart, but because of the difficulty of what this chart is, we have to be a lot more stricter on gameplay, and that is why I think I'll have to give it censored just for a lot of various inconsistencies and on-beat rotation on that one section and a bunch of other stuff. So, yeah. It is unfortunate because there are some visual details. I'll go over the visuals a little bit. I think, there's some nice little visual fidelity. I do think this, like, triangle effect is way too overused. I feel like it shouldn't be doing this, like, constantly. Like, maybe it occasionally, like, for certain instruments, but don't
You
do
can
this.
tell they just put like a repeat event on it.
But yeah,
It's way too distracting too. It's right in the center. At least put it in the background or something. Like, play that slower again for me. I want to see like something about it.
okay.
It's got a fucking difference mask on it. You don't need that. Like in the foreground too. Why does it take longer for a triangle to reach the bottom? What's going on? What?
Alright, but yeah. I guess to be fair, it's to not make sure that this red twirl is hidden, but I don't know.
You can just add another.
It's just
There's so much stuff that can be so easily solved that this level frustrates me.
yeah.
This level raises many questions. This level raises too many questions.
But yeah, that is our last chart of the day, by the way. So, yeah, I feel like I went over all the major aspects I really wanted to go over with this chart, and there you go. So, and those are just a couple of examples. Like, there's just weird, strange little inconsistencies like that I see throughout the whole chart, and yeah, but hopefully, whoever made that, just by us reviewing the chart, you'll understand some pointers on what to do for next time. But yeah, I believe that is it, and it looks like we don't have any more other submissions for charts. So that is it. That is all the charts that we have to review.
Still in shock, like over that chart. Like what? There's so many weird choices.
Don't worry about it too much, Eat. But yeah,
Were those the Auric triangles?
what's up?
Like the triangles in the background. Like the big glowy ones. They're
Oh,
like part of some asset pack. I don't know.
isn't it like the Ulrich Doritos meme that we keep on
Yeah.
talking about? It is, yeah, it is
Yeah.
those. It is those
Oh
assets.
my
Yes,
god. Oh my god.
the Ulrich Doritos. To be fair, I'm not much more better. I use like all the official like level assets for like all of my levels, so it's not like I'm
I
much.
used to use them well.
But yeah, but that is it for all the levels for today. We don't really have much more else to review for today, so I am confident to end the stream there for today. And yeah, hopefully you all had fun while we reviewed all those charts together. And
oh my god.
what's up? What's up?
A chart.
Oh, you're still talking about the chart. Okay. But yeah, hopefully you all had fun watching us. And yeah, that was all the charts that I believe were, at least worthwhile to go over for today. And hopefully you had some fun. And yeah. If you are wondering, Clastar, we have been getting a lot of delays on a lot of our ratings, and that is mostly because a lot of our staff currently at the moment, we're very busy with exams. Or if you include myself, I was just very sick at the moment. So that's why we've had a lot of delays and stuff. But we have been restructuring, we have been moving along, and we will be able to hopefully, at least this week, get you the rankings of some of the planetarium of these charts, and also their difficulties as well. So look forward to that, and things should be rolling along pretty smoothly. And also happy Christmas for tomorrow, because it is tomorrow. It's very soon. It's gonna happen. So hopefully you all have some good holidays and have fun with that. And yeah, so it's not really much else for me to personally say. So do you have some last words for whoever is watching?
Well, not really.
Okay. Well then, I believe it is now time. We're gonna just do that, and yeah. Thank you all so much for watching, and hopefully we'll continue this for next week. And yeah, hopefully I'll see you another day. So see ya.